Hello, everyone. This is Deb Joyce Meek from Delight of My Art. Thank you so much for being patient with our little bit of a delay here on our mystery stamping video today. Welcome, everyone. I see you waiting in the comments here, and I so appreciate all of your patience. I see that you made some comments. A small delay may be for a sweet surprise. I hope that you enjoy this card. I'm excited about it. So I had to do a little bit more cutting, and I wasn't quite prepared quite yet, but I am ready now. Okay, so we have our directions here, and these have been emailed to you on Monday, and they're also posted in our Facebook group called Stamp with Delight. That is where you can share your version of this card tomorrow at 2 p.m., and that's Eastern Standard Time. Thank you again for watching from around the world. Welcome, everyone. I appreciate you. And let's go ahead and get started down to the desktop here. All right, so we've got our directions here, and we've got a base that's 9 by 5.5. Yes, you'll have to cut into that center section. You'll just get one card base from this one. There is a way to make this one be a little bit smaller so that you could do 8.5 by 5.5, but I like to make the cards fit exactly how a normal card size would be. So that is the reason for this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our card base in here. Again, that's 9 by 5.5. And I'm going to get my trimmer out. And I'm going to make sure I can see all these comments. But we also have Tina, awesome Tina, waiting in the wings here on YouTube, answering everybody's questions and chit-chatting with everybody while you were waiting for me. So I really appreciate that, Tina. Okay, so here we have our sheet, again, 9 by 5.5. And we're going to score this 4 times in 2 1/8 increments. So on the long side, we're going to score at 2 1/8, which is 2 tiny little marks past the 2. So again, park the dark and score at 2 1/8. Then we're going to scoot it down to 4 1/4. And this is the size of a regular card front, right? 5.5, 4 1/4. Just like that. And then we're going to do 6 3/8, which is, if you were using a Stampin' Up! Trimmer, a little bit tricky. You see this gray to the white section. The part on the arm that is directly in between the gray and the white is 6 3/8. So just put it right on that line, right there, between that transition. So that was 6 3/8. And then 8.5. Oh, my kitty came in. He's meowing at me behind the door. Should have had the door open, but I was trying to keep everybody quiet. Just me and the dog and the cat today because everybody's at school. All right, so that, again, that was 2 1/8, 4 1/4, 6 3/8, and 8.5. I'm going to say that this is my top side, so I'm going to turn this way and have my top on the left here, and we're going to score again at 2.5, but we are only going to score down to this score line, this first, well, the last score line, I guess. It was the first one we did. So we're going to put the skinnier end at the top and just score. If you score the whole length, by the way, it doesn't really matter. On one of my samples, I did score the whole thing and it's totally fine. So, so we have, let's see if we can catch the light here. We scored all the way and stopped here. We've got one tall section and we've got our skinnier section over here. Before we put this away, I do have 3 pieces that are same as base, by the way. And these pieces are going to be 1 inch tall by 3 1/8 wide. And we're going to score these at 1/2 inch on either side. So you have 3 of these. I did say 2, I think, in the directions. I'm going to do 3. I think it'll turn out better. One of my samples has 2 and the other one has 3. And I do like the 3 better. It all depends on how many pieces you want to stick on these. This is for decorating. So I'm going to stick these in here all at once here at 1/2 inch past my score, or 1/2 inch past the line here. And then I can score those all at once. And then I'm going to turn it around. And again, these are 3 1/8 by 1. And we got 3 of them. So I'm going to put this in again over here at 1/2 inch and just kind of stack these up together and score them all at once. You can do them one at a time. I just figured I'd do them all at once for the video. There, that's better. And then we've got that there. So we've got 3 of those. We'll just put those to the side and then we can put our trimmer away, I think. All right, so let me get my scissors out and we can look at this again. So again, we have this big long section here and we've got 2.5 inches down from the top. So we're going to turn it over so I can do some cutting from the top side. So this is our bottom at the up here now. And we've got our skinny tab now is on the left. So I'm going to cut down to that score line we made on all of the lines that we did on from the top side. I hope everybody's having a good day. It's been really nice weather here in Michigan, about 70 degrees. My windows are open and it's wonderful. I think I have ink on my finger. It looks like I cut myself, but I think that's ink. I was rushing to get all my little pieces ready. All right, so here we go. So even this one that's has the full section, and we didn't score that one, we do want to cut that one down to that as well. Hi, Julie. You're not too late. You can watch and we will play together. So we sometimes it helps to know what you're doing in order to pick which products that you would want to use too. So sometimes it's fun to play along and go, whoa, what am I making? So it's fun either way. All right, I'm going to make a little tab on this end. We're cut off that top piece. So we've got our flappies at the top and I cut off this top little section right over here. So there's that one. And now I'm going to just fold on all of these lines like this. Ooh. And we have, again, that one section that doesn't have a line in it. So we've got these 3 that do. And so here we go. All right, so let's see. How do I want to do this? This is where we start decorating and having fun. So, okay. This tab, we're going to want this in the back side. And so this is going to go like this. Let me fold this again. So this tab's going to be, here's our long piece that's not folded at all. These other pieces all have a hinge and they're all going to fold down. So this is how, oh dear, my computer's doing all sorts of weird things. So hopefully that's not on the live, but yeah, so this is what we're doing. We're going to do a pop-up box and this will be super fun. Okay, so again, we have our flaps here. These 3 will fold down and this one's that full one. Let's go ahead and add adhesive here and we're going to decorate this as it's folded together because I don't want you to put anything on the wrong sides. And actually, I'm going to use tear and tape because I think that this, I did liquid glue, I did Seal Plus, and I feel like I like this tear and tape the best for this project. So I'm going to put that close to the score line there. And we're just going to fold this like this after we take this off here. Just have our little panel here. So this, again, that back, it's in the back right corner, and this is our straight piece. So I'm going to fold these so we can kind of see what we're doing here. First off, we're going to take DSP number 1, and that is 2 inches wide by 5 3/8 inches tall. Isn't this so cute? Oh my goodness. So we're going to stick this in the back. There's a tab here. You see where we connected those 2 pieces? See if my light can get in there. Right there. So we're covering up that tab. So now we have a very clean box that we made. So we're just going to cover this up, and we just have a tiny little border here. Does it need to go all the way down to the bottom? No. So if you had a piece that was a little shorter, you could get away with it. But I feel like it just kind of gives it that really finished look. So we're just going to add this with liquid glue because then we can wiggle it into place. This is all brand new stuff that I'm using today, by the way. Well, not all. Two of them are brand new things, and one of them is available now. But we've got lots of fun new things coming September 3rd. So I'm mailing out catalogs this week. So if you haven't gotten one yet, or if you don't have a demonstrator, let me know and I'd be happy to send you one. But here we go. We got this back panel right here. We also have online exclusives coming out too. So I think the set that I'm using today is, I'm actually not sure if it's online exclusives or the catalog. It's hard to keep track. Okay, so here's our back. Now I know where the back is. It would be easier to decorate and then make the box, Sharon, except that you might get confused about which panels are where and which one's the front and which one's the back. And so I'd like to put it together first. And we have to cover that tab that glued it together anyway. So you have to put it together before you put this back piece on. And it's pretty easy just to decorate it. It will fold flat too if you want to glue things on while it's flat. It can definitely go flat. So it still is very easy to decorate. All right, so we're gonna do DSP number 2, which is 2 inches wide by 2 3/8 inches tall. I'm just gonna bring this back in here. So 2 3/8 inches tall. Is the screen fuzzy for you guys? Maybe it's because this is, okay, it's focusing on this. 3 of these. So I have these cute little, this pumpkin paper. This is the Toile, Autumn Toile, I think. And these are gonna go on the flaps. And then you have DSP number 3, which is 2 7/8 inches tall, and you're gonna have 3 of those. That's for the bottom 3 here. And then you have the neutral, which is the same exact size as DSP number 1, and that will go on the back. This is where you would write. So let's go ahead and just add all of these little pieces. Okay, so I really like the pictures on these two, and I'm going to cover up with a little greeting on the middle one. So I'm going to put this here because then I can still see these cute little pumpkins. So I'm going to put this one on this side. It's always a mystery to me how my card will actually turn out because I only do one of each kind of version. And so I'm thinking it'll look good when I'm imagining it in my head, but I haven't put these together yet with these exact pieces and papers. So it is kind of fun for me too. I shouldn't say kind of fun. This is fun. Hi, Linda. I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, it's really nice outside. So I'm hoping to take a walk today. And it's Wednesday, which is my date night. We always do a date night on Wednesdays because the kids go to youth groups. So this will be fun. But we have lost our driver. I dropped my oldest daughter off to college last week, and so she's got her second day of classes today. She started yesterday. So she's usually my driver, giving everybody a ride to and from youth group. And so our date night's going to be cut a little short because I got to get back and give everybody a ride. So that's okay. Definitely worth it. But I like that we spend this time together every Wednesday. You know, it's important. You pour into your kids, but you should also pour into your marriage too, right? Relationships are important. All right, so I'm going to put my label here at the front. So grateful to have a friend like you. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. Okay, so here, well, let's go ahead and put these bottom pieces on. Here's my DSP number 3, is these pieces here. Just some kind of vine looking things. I thought that would look cool down here. So let's add that. They're all looking the same. So look at the back, little pheasants. Isn't that cute? Yes, available September 3. Let's go ahead and fold these up so I can see what I'm doing. So she's sharing that we can just fold this flat, and I'm going to put these on the bottom ones here. So isn't that perfect? Nice and easy. It does have a very thin border, so liquid glue is going to be your friend on this one because you're going to be able to wiggle it around to get it right where you want it. And again, we just have 3 because we have that white panel that's going to go on the back. So make sure you're only adding these to the ones that have the bendy flaps. In fact, if you wanted to add that white piece on the back first so you didn't get confused, you could do that. But if you wanted to do any stamping on there, make sure you do that before you glue it. Stamping before gluing, right? Who's made this mistake before and just, I'll glue this and then stamp it, and then you do a bad job and you're like, well, I guess I'll just cover this with another piece of paper. Oh, thank you, Tina. Autumn Toile is on page 41 of the new mini catalog. So here is, nope. Here is a copy of the new mini catalog, by the way. Here's the front, so you can see a sneak peek of all this cute paper. And actually, I'm using this in one of my samples coming up here. And then here's a sneak peek at some other things on the back here that are inside here. So that's a fun sneak peek on different things that are coming out. All right, so here are our flaps. And now we get to decorate the inside. So remember these same as base pieces, we are gonna fold all of those on those little 1/2-inch tabs, and then we're gonna add tear and tape to those. You could add liquid glue, but I feel like it kind of goos everywhere, so I don't really want to do that. We're gonna do this with the tabs facing forwards and just tuck these into the box like this. And then this one's gonna nest right up on this one. And then this one's gonna nest right up on this one. Of course, they're gonna be a little bit nicer once they're glued in there, but that is the gist, and it's just gonna be flush with the top there. So on the flappy pieces, so if they're bending down, we're gonna add some tear and tape there. Ooh, Giuseppe's gonna make this as a box with a Christmas card filled with sweets. That's so cute. I always can't wait to see that. I hope you share that in our Facebook group, Giuseppe. We would love to see that. Again, tomorrow that post will go, and if you share in that post, then they'll all be in the same spot. I love seeing everybody's samples from last week. That was really fun. We had a lot of people trying out the corner, was it the corner box? Corner pop-up? That one was fun. Lori's made this before, but it's been a while. I know it's an oldie but a goodie, right? Sometimes it's nice to have a reminder of things that we've loved before and go, oh yeah, I remember that. I haven't done that in a while. And of course, we have new fun things to play with, so they need to have fun playing around with all these too. Okay, so I'm gonna bend these in while I put this in, and then it's just gonna kind of flap forward. We're gonna go one side at a time because I'm using tear and tape that's gonna hold faster than liquid glue, so I want to be careful with how I push that on there. Before I really push that on, I'm going to fold this like this to kind of give that, I'm just kind of pressing, and then we're going to fold it the other way so that we know that this can still fold flat, because this is how this will fit in an envelope. And we do want to make sure that this piece is also behaving and folding the right way. So that is why we do that. And this piece isn't folding down, right? So you can either flap this one up or this one as you place it in an envelope, or just, close it like this too. Okay, oops. All right, so here we're going to open that back up again, and we have 2 more of these pieces, and then we can decorate our pop-up box card. All right, so we're gonna have our tabs facing forward just to have them be evenly spaced. I'm just gonna put those like that as I put it in there, and then try to nestle that up against that side. Tap it in there. Okay, and we're gonna fold it again. Pinch, I'm pinching right there where it's attaching, and we're gonna fold it again the opposite way. Yes, this is, instead of being 4 inches wide like other ones, because it's easier to cut, or score 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, 8 inches. This one is a little bit bigger because it will be the exact size of our A2 cards. But it's also easier to cut your DSP because now all the DSP is exactly 2 inches. And that saves paper when you have exact measurements. You don't have all those little bitty scraps left over or anything. So I like cutting my designer series paper at even measurements rather than the cardstock. All right, so here's our last one. Again, we've got our 2 tabs. I'm going to face them forwards. You can see we have 2 in there already. And this last one in here is going to go right up against those other ones again. Like so. And again, we want to butt this piece up against that last one that we just did. Bump it down so it's flush with the top. And then we'll fold that to pinch it into place. I feel like it's being a little silly right here, so maybe we can peel it off or tap it in. It's probably fine. There we go. Okay, so now we have those 3 panels to glue things onto. So here, I love this one. I used this one last week. The Beautiful Pumpkins is absolutely gorgeous, by the way. So I absolutely love it. All of these fun leaves and these die cuts are just so pretty. So we're gonna do, let's see, I'm not sure how to do this yet, but we have one big pumpkin, so maybe that guy can sit in the back here like that. In fact, I might just add, this is a wobble, an action wobble, and somebody was just asking about these. These I found on Amazon, but I'm also including them in my ultimate adhesive pack that's for sale right now. So this is, I still got a ton of things. So we've got different flower patterns on the front. It's a zipper closure, and it's includes a Stampin' Seal, a Stampin' Seal refill, a Terran tape. We've got dimensionals, we've got mini glue dots, we've got our liquid glue, but we also have 10 of the mini action wobbles. We've got a whole set of some mini Velcro dots, and you'll also get, and this is my used one, but you'll get a glue eraser in here too. So this whole thing is $49, including the shipping, and I will be adding a link to this video if you'd like to get that. So this is a fun adhesive pouch that has some fun extras that you might not expect. And so I'm going to show you how to use these mini action wobbles. I'm trying to increase my sales because I am very close to earning my very first incentive trip. So every purchase that you get in my online store really helps me out, and I really appreciate your support. Okay, so here is the mini action wobble. We've got a skinny side and a thicker side. Can you see that? This one has like a plastic piece on it, and this piece is actually clear, and it's got a white backing on it. So they both have adhesive on it, and so whatever piece that you want to add and to be like a wiggler, a wobble, you're going to add the plastic piece to your wiggle wobble thing, and the clear thinner piece is going to be attached to your project. Okay, so I'm gonna peel off the plasticky side, and I think that's because the heavier side is going to be the wobbly part, and the thinner side is going to be clear and kind of disappear on your project if anybody peeks behind your wiggle wobble, your action wobble. Okay, so here I've got that plastic piece attached to there. And then we've got two, you can see a little break in the adhesive backing here, maybe. So it can bend too. So here is, see the piece is clear. That's gonna go onto our card. So here, I'm gonna add this in the back because I thought it'd be fun. And I did this on one of the other ones. So this is just gonna wiggle on the back. So if you press it on there, look at this. Isn't that fun? Whee! That's what they do. Giuseppe says we can use glue dots. For, I'm not sure what you mean. Use glue dots instead of this, or glues. Yeah, you can use glue dots on anything you want, but this particular little wobble thing is something I'm including in my adhesive pouch just for fun. All right, so let's go ahead and maybe add some springies of this maybe. Oh, I can put that in the front. We want to be careful because, and I probably overdid it here, if it hangs over the edge too far, it might not fit in an envelope. So this might have to just kind of spring over to the side a little bit. Good thing it's wiggly. I think it'll fit right here. So just be careful as you put this in. If you decide to fold it this way, then you can add things that kind of hang off the left, but not so much off of the right, and vice versa, depending on which way you want to fold it into the card, or the envelope rather. And you do have a little bit of wiggle room on the side of an envelope because it's not exactly the size of the card. Okay, so we're gonna add our pumpkins here first, and then maybe add some of the other things next. So let me put this down so you can, well, I wish I could have this on an angle so you could see it. Maybe if I tipped it on here, maybe. So I'm gonna add a little bit of, yeah, I'm gonna do a glue dot. I'm gonna add this with a glue dot. I'm gonna put this adhesive on the back bottom of my piece that I want to add, and I'm gonna tuck that right there. So I got like a pumpkin patch going on here. I'm gonna add this one because I added this cute little leaf here. I'm gonna put that one right here. And so I'll add that one with a glue dot. Stay tuned for my alternatives too. Thanks for staying up to stop. I appreciate you. What time is it where you are? All right, so there we've got the next one. And then maybe we can, what's twisty and turny. Okay, so let's add this one maybe in the middle, kind of down a little bit further maybe. Okay, so here, and then we want to, I do want to add some of these. I think they're so cute. But we do want to make sure it still folds, right? So we don't want to be too crazy, you know, stringing it back and front from different rows. So keep it in the same row. I might even snip this so that I can use different parts of it. So what if we, ooh, let's add that to this piece. We can't have it go further than, oh no, can't have it go further than the edge of the pumpkin, but we can definitely decorate this pumpkin. It'll be extra wobbly. Okay, oh my gosh. It's so cute. Okay. We can even have some springing out from our greeting here. Oh, that would be cute too. Maybe we don't have to overdo it. Sometimes you feel like you gotta have all the things, right? Let's add a glue dot to the front of this leaf. And we're gonna add it to the back of this pumpkin. And now we have a spring coming, kind of sneaking from the back of that one, but everything still folds together. Okay, anyway, so this is card number 1, and I do want to decorate this. I forgot to grab my I can't reach and talk at the same time. I want these ones. This is the Cajun Craze and Gold dots. They are Cajun Craze with flecks of gold in them, and I feel like they just look like the cutest little water droplets, or my son said they look like warts, which is awesome on a pumpkin too, right? So let's add some warts to these pumpkins. I should be using my take your pick tool because this is difficult. I feel like this video is going to be a little long, so that's okay. Let's see, where is my take your pick tool? I've been playing all day. I've been making tons of swaps, and so, oh, cute. You'll see some leftover bits from one of my swaps on one of the alternative cards coming up here. And so I can't show you my swap yet. I'm sworn to secrecy until it's done. But I'll show you little bits that I had to cut off, and I'll show you this swap in a week or two so you can see why I have so many leftover pieces. So here is card number 1, super cute. There it is. I'll put it this way so you can see them better. Here is card number 2. This one is using those cute mushrooms. This is from the toadstool. What is this one called? Yeah, Tina will have to help me with this one. It's the toadstool one. It's the toadstool builder punch and everything, and this is just super cute. So this one has 2 in there, but I thought this one was super cute. I love the little ladybug over here. And then we have some stamping on the back here. Did I add my white? I didn't add my white on this one, but this is where it would go. It's the same size as that front piece. So there's that one. Card number 2, cute little mushrooms. And then here is card number 3. This one's little presents. And again, I wanted to add a mini action wobble to this last little present. You know, Christmas paper, any little tiny scraps that you have make the greatest little Christmas packages, right? Little presents. And so I feel like this turned out pretty cute. So I'm going to put this one on an action wobble too. So let's go. I wasn't sure if I would put one on this first one, so I left this one off on purpose. So again, we have our plastic piece. That piece is going to go onto the present, or onto the piece that's going to be wobbly, right? And it doesn't matter if you do it up and down or which way you angle this, I don't think. Maybe it does. You can experiment. All right. And we'll get this off of here so you can see. Oh, do you have some votes coming in? Yes, the Kathy, the link for the adhesive pouch will be in the description after the video. I can link that. It's also on my Facebook page, Delight of My Art. And I just sent out an email. If you'd like to join club, you actually get a discount on the adhesive pouch because you don't have to pay for shipping. It's an add-on. So you'll save $6 if you add it onto your club package. So for club in September, we are doing, I should grab that bundle out too. We're doing one of the leaf bundles. Ha! Aren't those fun? So there is card number 3. All right, so we just added that white piece to the back there too. So here is all 3 cards. Let me know which one you love the best. And they are all just stinking cute. So I had all these extra bows. This is what I had left over from my swaps. Look at all these bows I had. So on this special DSP that's on the front of the cover, you get all of these little pieces of bouquets, and they all have little bows on them. And for my swap, I only needed the bouquet part. And so I used the die, to cut out the whole bouquet that cuts out the bow too. And so I have all these extra little bows. And so I just have to cut out the little stems that are sticking out below. And I have all these little bows. And this one, I cut out 3 of them and made kind of a fun extra little bow. So that's all from the designer series paper. Just all these little extra bows that I had. And this is the top of the paper. So I have bows from that piece. And then the bottom of the paper had just the flower part without the bow. And I was able to use all of those too. So I had so many of these that I could cut out from one sheet of designer series paper. And so, yeah, I was really pleased with that. All right, so we've got some votes coming in. Let me go scroll back here and see what we've got. We've got 1 and 3, number 1, 2 and 3, 1, 3, all of them, 1 and 2, 2, then 3, then 1. Number 1, love them all equally. Tony loves the mushrooms and the pumpkins. Pumpkins and mushrooms. Pumpkins. Yes, we can't wait for fall. So thank you so much for voting. This is super fun. So again, I appreciate all of you, and I will get that link out if you would like to get that adhesive pouch. Again, this is, I just thought these bags were so cute. There's a couple different patterns of little flowers that you can get on the front, but we've got all those little extras in there for you. And again, a glue eraser. They're coming today. I was hoping they'd come in time for the video, but this is my used one and it lasts forever. So if you have adhesive like on your project, you can just use this because it, gums up and then dries there. Just use this to rub it off and it erases your glue that you got on your project on accident. It's amazing. So again, awesome things in the craft room. I appreciate you. Let me go ahead and put my face back in here. I appreciate all of you watching, and I will see you next week. In the meantime, go ahead and log in and see if you'd like to look for, let's see, what is the date today? Next time we meet together, all of this stuff will be live that you can order it because it'll be the 3rd. So all of this stuff is released on the 3rd and you'll be able to purchase it. So if you'd like a catalog, please give me a comment here. Let me know, or you can email me at debjoysmeek@delightofmyart.com. And again, I'll be linking that adhesive pouch here too. All right, thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye.